constant setting, a long move from home, multiple wheat fields and cows, hundreds of hours in the basement, many all-nighters, 20 bottles of super glue, a few trips to the ER, and finally the prize, a top-ranked architecture program. This describes my trip to Kansas State University's architecture program. For many years, Art Daily and other stations have ranked Kansas State top five in the nation for a master's program. Many students all over America and the world come to the school to become an architect for two main reasons: for the curriculum and the friendly environment. In order to make this 5-year program work, the curriculum had to be carefully planned. Kansas State University's architecture program threw out all the non-major related classes, what I like to call fluff classes, for the K-State 8. The students are required to have a certain number of history, math, science, English, and other electives, but they can be from within the major. For example, in my schedule, I had history for the design environment to cover my history credit and structures for my math credit. By using this system, it allows architecture students to complete the master's program and achieve a higher level education from the start. Just in the first year, students are creating retreats and houses just like this one here. Another detail to the class setup is the approach of one studio per lecture. Looking at my physics class, for each lecture there's a 2-hour lab to further enhance the understanding of the information. Research has shown that this method increases the amount of knowledge retained and better grades are achieved. This is why this program is ranked top in the nation. Another key component to the program is our study abroad and internship. During the 4th year of the semester, or the summer after, there's a required study abroad or distant internship. K-State has made over 6 relationships with international architecture programs where our students can be easily transferred into the programs. There are schools in Italy, Australia, Germany, Spain, and many other countries that architect students go and dive right into another culture. As an architect, K-State believes that getting a wide cultural spectrum is vital to having a solid design career. Unfortunately, study abroad does not work for everyone. So the distant internship is an equally fulfilling choice by taking a job 15 miles or more away from the school. This gives students a great start and a batch of knowledge to a promising career. To make finding jobs for an internship or after graduation easier and promising, the program has a career fair that has more than 200 firms that come and talk to the students. As a side note, with this, for the past years, there has been a 100% employment rate for our school. And one in particular, called KC Design Center, has a very close relationship with K-State. There is only a few openings a year for the students, but instead of finishing the 5th year in school, the Design Center takes the top students and continues their education while they're working with other architects on real projects. It is a 1-year program, but it gets a foot in the pool to finding a job. To add to this entire amazing curriculum opportunities, K-State Architecture Program strongly believes in widening the design language and vocabulary of the students. They help the students with this by bringing in designers and professionals and professors to put on a lecture for anyone to go to free. It is a casual event that happens multiple times a week by many different people, but it is a fun and a different way of adding to our education and sparks interest to students rather than sitting in a class with their teacher. To make this all work, it takes a few slew of great people, and that includes more than just the staff. The environment that the K-State Architecture Program has is the most comforting and friendly I've ever been a part of. It all starts with signing up for classes. The advisor, Lisa Lass, is in charge of the freshman students. She sets up a meeting with each of the freshmen both semesters to set up a custom schedule that will help you down the 5-year path. On top of her academic advising, she and other administration staff get involved with the freshman studios and are great counselors for educational and personal reasons. From a personal view, I moved 12 hours away while my sister had cancer, and Lisa made it a priority to frequently check up on me and see how I was doing and how my sister was. I have not met another staff that was willing to truly be there for the students. Another key point to a friendly environment from the staff is something called Dinner with Donna. Every Monday, Donna, a staff member, would go to the cafeteria and reserve an area for the freshman students to sit and ask questions to her and other professors and even upperclassmen. This was helpful in many ways. It provided a familiar place while students were getting used to the environment and the program and get their questions answered. The upperclassmen helped just as much to create a friendly and comforting environment. As students, they organized a mentor program. This is where a group of older students would come in after studio hours and teach the freshmen how to use their drafting tools and just to come and talk and lighten the stressful nights. This allows the freshmen to feel at home and feel like they have someone to talk to with experience that's not an adult. When questions arose, the students could go upstairs and talk with the upperclassmen without feeling awkward. As most know, architecture students tend to work late into that night. We get to know and create our own social environment throughout the program. The students know that everyone has something to offer and are willing to help one another even though they are a competitor in a way. After many nights and hard work, I reached my goal of going to school at Kansas State University to become an architect. The many students along with me would agree with all that was said about this program. It is a top-ranked, friendly, and thought-out college. Kansas State is a home and joyful place where young adults bloom into well-educated and culturally sound architects that will and are creating the environment we live in.